Welcome back to Inside Politics. Our guest today, House Speaker Beth Harwell. She's a candidate for governor in the Republican primary, and by the way, the vote is on August 2nd. Madam Speaker, in terms of results, Tennessee, I think outside of Texas, has had more rural hospitals closed because of the continuing problems both in the state and nationally about health care. There's been efforts to try to increase our TennCare program, our Medicaid program under Obamacare. That did not work. You had a blue ribbon panel that you put together of lawmakers and with outside experts from Vanderbilt and other facilities to help put a plan together. The plan came out at not the end of this session, but the end of last session. Right. It went nowhere this last year. Why did you not try to move a bill about that? There does seem to be a real problem with rural hospitals particularly. Right.
Let me just say, first and foremost, we've had expanded Medicaid in the state of Tennessee up until 2005. We covered more people and more procedures than any other state. And in 2005, you may remember that Phil Bredesen was our governor, and he scaled back the program because he had to. I respect the decision that he made, and it was difficult. So, you know, I will say also that those states that went ahead and expanded under Obamacare are facing as many rural hospitals closing as Tennessee is. Look at Kentucky. 5 hospitals closed in Kentucky in the rural areas. The problem is how we are providing health care in this state, in this nation, needs to be rethought. It's an outdated business model. And when those hospitals have closed, for example, in Gibson County, they've turned around and reopened in Trenton Medical Center. So we just have to evaluate how we are providing services. I do think that my 3-star committee had a very good proposal. I encouraged Governor Haslam to take it back to Washington, D.C. and ask again. We have a new administration, and I think this new administration under President Trump is going to be much more open to letting states have flexibility to design a program that is efficiently and effectively run.
Does the public not understand that? There's a recent poll that came out this week that said 62% of the people think that health care needs to be expanded in the state. Where's the disconnect between lawmakers and the public who think something needs to be done, and lawmakers say, no, it's okay, we just need to change it nationally before we do anything in the state?
Well, I think we do need to offer people more health care. That's obvious. But the problem is this: we cannot ever let it consume our budget. And we have other things that we try to do as a state. We try to provide education and public safety and roads, and there's a lot of things that are on our plate. We never want to let our health care budget grow so out of control that we can't provide other necessary services.
There hasn't been a lot of public polling, and not a lot lately, but all the polling I'm seeing has you running third, in a lot of cases fourth, and in some cases in single digits. Does that what your polling shows? Are you concerned about where you are positioned in this race, at least if those polls are accurate?
I think we are in a very good position. It's whether the public wants a person that understands state government and is ready to govern day one, and I am.
What's your strategy then to win on August 2nd? What do you need to do between now and then? Now that you don't have to worry about being in the legislature 3 or 4 days a week, you can spend the whole week being out across the state.
You know, just last night I was in Putnam County and visiting with people. I'm listening and I'm learning. The next governor is going to have to be a good listener. You know, Winston Churchill said it takes real courage to stand up and talk, but it also takes real courage to sit down and listen. And I'm going to be the governor that will sit down and listen.
What are the issues, or the issue that will turn this right? What issue will make a difference for you that will make you emerge among this pack of 4 Republican candidates?
Well, you know, again, it's up to the public to decide that, but I think that I have a working knowledge of state government. I think one of our most effective governors was Ned Ray McWhorter, and he came from the Speaker.
Now, if you go around in a Republican primary talking about a Democratic governor, how's that going to get you any votes? I mean, they generally don't go for any kind of Democrats to talk about it all. And Ned Ray had some bipartisan support, but
he did.
Not the kind in this Republican primary. I don't think he'd get a lot of votes.
You know, I think that I have proven loyalty to my Republican Party. You know, I was state Republican Party chairman. I'm amused at the candidates who say they're going to visit all 95 counties. I've done that many, many times over. I was state Republican Party chairman for 4 years, visiting all counties. I've been to every one of my members' districts, so I know this state.
No matter what happens next year, there's going to be a new governor, there's going to be a new cabinet, there's going to be massive, maybe historic change in the leadership of both the General Assembly and among the membership. You might need last year you needed a roadmap to figure out where to go going into the new Cordell Hall building. This year you may need yourself your own little roster to know who all these people are. Yeah. How is a new administration going to deal with all that? Because they're supposed to come and hit the ground running and do things, and yet they're still learning themselves the jobs, and everybody in the legislature is doing the same thing, a massive orientation program next year.
You know, as I've said before, it sounds really good to say I'm going to be governor and I'm going to do this, this, and this. Again, the new governor's not going to do anything that the Tennessee General Assembly doesn't allow him to do. And I think I have a very good working relationship with the General Assembly. I understand the legislative body, and I think I will be able to work well with them.
A lot of talk about a bill that's before the governor to strengthen the rules about sanctuary cities, being against them. The governor has not made a decision yet about whether to sign it or not. Do you think he ought to sign the bill, or should he? There are people talking about vetoing it. Do you think?
I think he should sign the bill.
If he does veto the bill, is that enough to bring the legislature back for a veto override on that? And I don't think there's only one of the bill he's vetoed probably would not be raised to the level of being that.
Right. I think it would be. Yes.
If you don't win the primary, I assume you will be in full support of whoever the party's nominee is in the fall. If you also don't come out, you've been one of the most powerful people in the state, perhaps the most powerful woman ever in the history of state government. What will life hold for you after that?
You know, I'm at a very good point in my life. I have loved serving our state, and I would be honored to be the governor of this state, and I would do so with humility and try to do a good job. But if that's not available for me, then, you know, I will enjoy my life.
As you've campaigned across the state, and this is true both in the governor's race and in the Senate race, we have women candidates that are considered perhaps for the first time to be in a strong position to win as ever. There's never been a woman elected statewide, either to the U.S. Senate or to the governorship. Do you sense, and how do you sense, or why do you sense that Tennessee voters might be ready to break that ultimate glass ceiling in Tennessee politics?
Well, maybe they will be. You know, I will tell you that it's been an honor to be the Speaker of the House, but I quickly tell people that, yes, I'm a female and the first female Speaker of the House, but it didn't happen by chance. My male colleagues allowed me to serve in this capacity. So I'm humbled and honored that they would allow me to. I want the best person to be the next governor of the state. I don't think people should vote for me because I'm a woman, but I will have to tell you this. Historical significance is great because in 2020 we will be celebrating 100th year anniversary of the state of Tennessee giving women the right to vote. I'd love to be a part of that.
Madam Speaker, thank you as always for coming on the show.
Appreciate
and good luck the rest of the way.
All right, thank you.
And thank you for joining us on Inside Politics this week. Hope you'll be back here again for a future show. If you can't get enough politics in the meantime, go to the News Channel 5 website. You'll find my Capitol View commentary there. There's a new commentary posted every Friday afternoon. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and we'll see you back here next time. Goodbye.